Hi everyone, Ale here. You probably know me already, but for a recap, I'm Italian and I spent 2.5 years traveling the world as a solo backpacker. The journey is over now. I've settled in Stockholm, but on top of the rest of the content that you've seen on social media in the last few months, I thought, I could create a podcast to share some of the useful travel tips and experiences I've gone through, and that people who might be interested in doing something similar could look up to, because of course there is a concern about some of the aspects of traveling that I've probably gone through, and that might be helping you deciding to do the same. To help me out on this, I've asked my friend and fellow backpacker Jaden, whom I met actually in Thailand a year and a half ago, to help me out. He's in the Netherlands, so we're gonna do this digitally, but hopefully the final output will look good. Jaden, do you wanna say hi?
Hey guys, Jaden here. I'm Canadian and I've been traveling slash living abroad for about 1.5 years, bounced between working and then traveling. I'm currently living in the Netherlands with my partner. Coincidentally, I met at the same time that I met Alex. And I'm really excited to be on this podcast and talk about backpacker questions. And to start it off, we're going to talk about will I make friends? And this question is pretty important for me because it was a question that kind of haunted me before I started traveling. I'm generally considered an extrovert between my friends, but I still had those fears. Will I make friends? Will I be accepted? And will I have a good time? Basically, what it comes down to. So, Alex, would you like to start off?
Yeah, and I think it's funny. We often talked about this, and you were obviously, conscious of this concern, though you're very social, and that's how we met. But you know, I think in terms of big picture, everyone's gonna travel in a different way, and that's okay. It's totally fine. You can be in the high-end resorts, you can be in the slums, you can take your time, or you can go very fast in different places. It's all good, and it's up to you to decide. Or actually, things will change over time as you develop your own interests. But if you decide to go the backpacking route, so you're gonna stay in hostels most of the time, and you're gonna travel like sharing transportation with other people, don't be worried, you will make friends. And that's because, if nothing else, those very people are also interested in making friends themselves, because they're probably, some of them might be coupled up and others traveling with friends, but some of them are also solo backpackers. And so naturally, everyone is looking out to meet other friends. And hostels are obviously an amazing place to do that. But you'll have plenty of situations, and this is pretty true of any part around the world. So don't be afraid of that. As Jaden said, we met in Thailand when it just reopened to the public, and we were in this hostel together. And I just want him to share the story because it's just so fun how I kinda was the matchmaker and matchmaker, you could say, between Jaden and his partner Ingrid.
Yeah, so uh, Ingrid, myself, and Alex all show up to this hostel room in Bangkok. There's just like COVID times. There's literally no one there. And Alex was gonna like, this is what I like about Alex. He was already like, he knew about this. He was gonna go out with or without us. Like, he was like, I'm gonna go to a rooftop bar because, like, it was quieter times in COVID. So, yeah, there's also something we'll talk about is sometimes you'll just be lonely, which is fine in itself, and sometimes you'll make a lot of friends and you won't have an inch of quietness ever in your life. But I really appreciate that about Alex because he was willing to do that either way if we went or we did. But he invited us to go to a rooftop bar, and it was the most beautiful rooftop bar of all time. He even said that it was out of the movie
The
Hangover.
hangover, the
Yeah,
hangover.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. So it's like the skyline of Bangkok is extraordinary already, and then we watched the sunset because he timed it perfectly. He went to the washroom, and then that's when like the magic happened. And just me and my my partner just clicked, and then we've been together pretty much ever since. So I gotta thank Alex for that.
You did most of it, but I'm happy to have contributed. Even though you said that I'm a bit of a loner, sometimes going on my own anyway. But I try to invite people, and that's for full disclosure to you guys, that's also another point, right? I mean, yes, sometimes you can be on your own just because of the circumstances, and so you got to be somewhat comfortable with that. But also sometimes, frankly, you will want to be on your own. There's times when I would be coming back to a hostel, and naturally you go to the common room, talk to people, plan the next day, ask at reception for advice, go have a shower. But sometimes you're just tired and you want to go into your room and dorm, hoping that not many people snore, and you want to watch an episode on something on Netflix. So you pace yourself, and again, give yourself the comfort of giving it a try. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. It will be all right, and you can figure it out along the way. I remember in the first couple of months when I was in Central America, I used to stay a bit more in hotels sometime to recharge, and then as I got more and more comfortable with backpacking in hostels, then I started doing more and more of that, to the extent that by the end of it I was always in hostels. So yeah, that's another takeaway, I guess, for will I make friends. And then you can look at Jaden and I. We've been meeting in many countries now. We obviously plan on meeting each other soon with Ingrid. So go with the flow. That's quite all right. And it's part of the experience. Jaden, any final wise thoughts from you?
Yeah, I was just thinking about if you're gonna travel hostels, try to stay out to, like, if you want to meet people, of course. If you don't want quiet time, go to your bed, turn off the, shuttle the blinds and everything. But if you want to meet people, like, the easiest thing is people in your room and the common spaces. Like, that is all you need to do. Like, you just need to be present in those areas, and like, people want to socialize. They're on vacation, they're out, they're like, they want to communicate with people and like make friends and do that. And if that's what you want to do, you have all these people that are willing to do that. So just get out there, join the social activities, like hostels. I find what makes a really good hostel is the kind of the environment, like the atmosphere that they build. So that's built by like how they set up the common spaces in the bedrooms so that you can socialize, as well as the events. So one thing that I really liked about one of the hostels, super simple idea, is free drinks, welcome drinks. That's like, it's such a simple idea, but I think it works so well because everyone that's new to the hostel gets a welcome drink, and they all have to have it at the same time. 6 p.m., everyone's to the bar, everyone gets a welcome drink. Now you just meet everyone that's there, because something that also happens that kind of, it is what it is you show up to a hostel and then you make like good chat with someone, and you're like, oh, maybe I can go do some activities with the person, and then they're leaving the next day, and you're like, damn, well, maybe next time, But with the welcome drinks, it's like you're meeting people that are just got there. And so if you put some time and effort into the social events and just being like present in like your room and like not like hidden in your room, but like being open to talk to and communicate to people in your room and the common spaces, don't think you're having any issues socializing with people or making friends.
Yeah, and another great piece of advice actually is, always when I enter my new dorm, I greet everyone in the room who is there. Now, sometimes people will be out because you're checking in at 3 p.m. and then people are always doing activities, that's fine. But if there's anyone there, I break the ice immediately, say, hi everyone, sorry for interrupting, my name is Alessandro, whatever. It doesn't have to be meaningful, but at least you break the ice and people will also themselves feel comfortable. So many people have met like this, and then people meet one another. You gotta hope that there's no sort of someone having a fun of their own in one of the beds, because you probably don't want to interrupt that, but that hasn't really happened, not at least when you open the door at 3 p.m. Though I've heard stories, obviously. Anyway, we'll wrap it up for now. I hope you found this first podcast of ours useful. By all means, leave some comments here, tell us what you think, and we'll try to do a few more of these videos. And take it from there. For now, thank you very much, and see you soon. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
You spin my head right round when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down,
Hey, walk out the house with my swagger, hop in that window, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious, I look at my Cartier out of control.